Good morning, friends. The gang is all here. It's wonderful to see you. It's wonderful to gather with your best friends and get up and go to the well together, dive deep. Every day we meditate, our vessels, our buckets get bigger. We can fill up with more. That's a nice thought, isn't it? Every time you meditate, even if it's imperceptible, the vessel of understanding, of wisdom, of truth and beauty is growing larger. Nice deep breath. Relax, sink into your chair. Put the oars down, let the river take you. It's easier to ride the river in the direction that it's going. Swallow, gulp, circle your jaw around, relax your face. The more we surrender, relax, let go, the more we receive. It's one of the great of many spiritual paradoxes, but it's certainly one of the most profound. The more you let go, the more you receive. And fall into the pattern of your breathing. This understanding that in our meditation, we begin to rise up above worldly things, above our body, even its cares and concerns and aches and pains and the body's endless demands. And it's an endless gift too. Well, it does end, but I think you get what I mean, just to rise up above the worldly feelings. Blessed moments of release, liberation from the constraints of the world. And a nice smooth chant of Om to loosen things up on the inside. Inhale with me, same air. Oh. Feel that. Now feel everything for a moment. We'll go through that layer, that portal, that we may go through it, rise above it. Breathe what you feel what you breathe, whatever that is. Acknowledge your body. Good. Now we're going to do a chant of Om where we do it on the inside. We'll take a big inhale and we'll make the sound inside of ourselves. It won't come out the speaker. Big inhale. And today's prayer, affirmation, invocation, intention, God, love, source, being, infinite, all of it is. Love really works for me today as the name of God. Expand our vessels, the size of our worldly being, that we may absorb more wisdom, more truth, more insight, more guidance, more love. Amen. And begin to let a great wave of calm and peace spread around, over, in, and through you. Remember a concept from earlier in the week. We don't have to create or build good. Everything already is all good. And it's our capacity to see it, to align with it, to experience it, to express it, to expand it. Okay, and then this time we'll do one more audible vibrational chant of Om together. And it will set us up nicely for our 20 minutes. Nice big inhale. Peace be with you. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Good. Feel your vessel all filled up with spirit, truth and spirit, presence and being, light and love. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes a little bit. Blinkety blink. There we go. I think that did the trick. Hey, I hope you filled your vessels to overflowing. So two fish were swimming along, and one fish says to the other fish, "Man, the water sure feels wonderful today." And the other fish says, "What's water?" It's an old joke, but it has a spiritual significance. One of my favorite spiritual sayings, there are many. I hope you have yours too. Just the phrases, sayings, lines, and bits of information that stimulate, that invoke the feeling of reverence on the inside. But one of my faves is, I live, move, breathe, and I have my being in God. Sort of like the fish might say, I live, move, breathe, and I have my being in the water. But some fish, you could easily see how for one fish, the water would be the overwhelming experience of their existence. They would revel in it. They would feel it. They would delight in it. They would move around in it. It would overwhelm their senses. They'd be extraordinarily grateful. They would see it as the source of their food and their life and their friends and their love. And another fish could be like, what's water? I don't even know what water is. What are you talking about, this water stuff? And this sort of brings up this concept during the week that we have this third eye. And however you want to describe that, we might call that an eye of perception, a perceptual faculty or capacity that's available, but it either is or isn't being used. Sort of like a fish could be overwhelmingly, profoundly aware and appreciative of the water, and another fish could be like, what are you talking about? And that's how it is for us. And if this third eye remains closed, then there's a whole perceptual faculty, acuity that is missing, that could conceivably enrich our life. It could be the definition of I live, I move, I breathe, I have my being in God. In other words, everywhere you look, there's good, there's God. Now, certainly a sensible, practical, rational, reasonable, logically minded person could say, are you crazy? How could you possibly say that everywhere you look, that you see good? There is so much evil in the world. There's so much to detest, and there's so much ignorance and darkness, and there are those stupid people who have those stupid beliefs, and we must rearrange the way that they think. Otherwise, reality is always going to be corrupted. But of course, this is the never-ending game of reality that identifies an outside world and makes it different or separate than us, and it cuts us off. So every spiritual master that's ever lived has said, in effect, love and bless your enemies. That which you see as being unclean or ungood, cultivate a sense of its holiness and perfection. Love your enemies, bless them that curse you. It's a radical spiritual statement, but of course, it must be radical to break us out of our sense that, well, what's water? And when we do that and we practice it every day, perceptual capacity opens up inside of us, and we're no longer cut off or separated. And then something even more powerful happens. We realize that our consciousness, all we have to do is aim it at what we love, and what we see and what we delight in, and it will expand. It's not about scouring or sanitizing the world from the things we don't like. That never works, and it never will work. It's a recipe for endless struggle and torment. Instead, we point our minds and our souls toward what it is that we love and watch it expand and fill up our experience. There's more water to enjoy, to splash around in, to be appreciative of, and to feel. So relax, take it easy. Think today, I live, I move, I breathe, I have my being in God, and watch how it revolutionizes your life. We'll talk about the whole week and opening up our third eye tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.